Hi, it's Will from stormthecastle.com, and this is part one of a two-part tutorial on how to make a Spartan chess piece. And in this part of the tutorial I take you as far as this, which is all masking tape. And if you wanted to, you could actually paint it from here, do a few more things to it, and be done with it. So, and that I'll show you almost all of that in this part of the tutorial. In the second part of the tutorial, I will paper mache this and complete it, which means, you know, painting it, putting the hasps on it so it'll open and close correctly so you can fit it on you. So it's looking pretty good. It's coming out nice. So let me go over the materials you're going to need. You're going to need 2 poster boards, and I would pick up 3 so you have extra. You're going to need 2 large trash bags. You're going to need plenty of masking tape. See, the whole thing's covered with masking tape. You're going to use probably going to use a complete roll. So get a big roll of wide masking tape too, if you can. Lots and lots of newspapers. You're going to need paint to paint it. And I use gold and black. You're going to need some tools, and what I have here is Velcro, left and right, and I'll be using that Velcro as the sealer to take it apart in half, put it on, and then Velcro it closed. But you could use cloth, you could use anything improvised to do that if you don't have Velcro. And as far as tools go, a ruler, scissors, some kind of a marker or a pencil, and optional a compass, because you do create one hole. You do draw one circle for the neck hole, but you know, you could do that freehand or use a compass. Now, and that'll get you through all of this as far as this goes, and then the painting and completion. But if you wanted to paper mache it to make it a nice hard shell, you could use your paper mache materials. That would be flour, water, some salt, a big mixing bowl, and optionally a bunch of white glue. And the white glue actually will make your paper mache a lot stronger. Let's launch right into the tutorial. Okay, take 2 sheets of poster board. These are 22 inches by 28 inches, and lightly tape them together end to end like this, slightly. And then draw yourself a circle right in the middle there that bridges across both of them, so the center is right there on the edge. That's 8 inches in diameter. And then cut that circle right out. Okay, after you place it over your head, so your neck and head fit through that hole, draw some lines where your shoulder should be. This is all going to be your arm and shoulder, and underneath your armpit. Make sure you give yourself enough room. And then cut those out. And this way you can fit it to your own body. And see, when you cut it, you know, cut it with both layers together like this. Now we have to just trim the sides, so you do the same thing. Try it back on. Fit these around your waist, measure them, cut them and tape them, and have a little bit of a taper so it's bigger on the top than it is towards the waist, and I will show you what I mean by that. Okay, it's starting to take shape, but you'll notice that, you know, it's being paper, it's kind of flattened out. So what you can do is make yourself a couple of pieces like this, just doubled up some extra poster board, and attach them to the top like this, and what happens is, don't bend it, but just curve it like that. So that will change the shape to get a better curve out of it, especially on the top of the shoulder pieces there. See that? Nice, very nice. So this is almost, this template here, this base of what we're doing is almost done. I'm going to add a couple of pieces down here to do the same thing to get a nice curve shape. But it looks pretty good, so keep cutting it, cut it a little big and then trim it down a little bit so it fits you. And the length of the poster board is way too long, so I ended up cutting, I forget how much, quite a bit off the bottom, so this is at your waistline, so you can move just above your hips, so you can actually move comfortably in it. Let me show you a quick tip here on getting this to a nicer shape. You can manipulate the cardboard a little bit, the poster board, to see how the chest on this side pops out a little bit, which is kind of nice. What you can do is you can make some slits, maybe 3 or 4 inches long, and then when you overlap them, see that? See what happens? When you overlap that slit, it changes the shape. So now we've got a nice chest shape that sticks out like this. So do a few of those, tape it down, overlap it, and tape it down. Okay, cover the whole thing with masking tape because you're going to need it to be, you know, semi-waterproof because of the paper mache. And just the outside is fine. It's difficult. You could do the inside too if you wanted. But and do the same thing with the slit and an overlap on the sides to kind of tuck the underneath the armpits in a little bit, flattens that out on both sides. But you know, so manipulate it some, do some little slits here and there to get a nice shape out of it. Coat the whole thing with masking tape, and we'll be almost ready to move on to the next step. Now draw some lines on it for the musculature, like this. And now we'll shape it out by using newspapers and more masking tape. Okay, use newspapers, tape down newspapers to build out the musculature. You can see I got the pectorals done, or almost done. I'm going to work on a little more. And then I got to do the abs. Now I'm working on the abs, the musculature and the abs, and I'm using pieces of cardboard cut out to different shapes like this. And it's working really well. It's coming out really nice. So make 2 layers of cardboard, 3 layers here, 2 layers here, so that looks really good. Okay, once you've got all the musculature laid out, now you can, if you wanted to, you know, tape it up real nice, you could go ahead and paint it and use it. Well, before you use it, you'd have to cut slits in the side, you know, cut it actually in half, and then use something to bind them together like Velcro or something when you're putting it on. Otherwise you can't get in it. Well, you might be able to get into it. But I'm going to go ahead and go on with paper macheing it.